I just finished making, I guess you could say lunch. It's probably gonna be my dinner, but I'm about to make me a cup of iced coffee. I don't really have anything that I wanted to come on here and talk about. I need to be working on this video that I have to upload. But just checking in to see how y'all are doing. If y'all hear water in the background, I'm washing out my frother because I gotta make me some frost coffee. But church was so good today, y'all, and it was right on time. And it was just talking about being in the valley, and you know, the man who was like paralyzed for like 38 years, like how God was like instructing them to show their faith. And he was like, basically, like our pastor kept saying, show me your faith and you'll see my faithfulness or whatever. And it was just talking about like how when you go out and take a leap of faith, whether it's in the valley, whatever, how God is just going to show up for you in them areas of your life. Like this man was not able to walk for 38 years. And he was like, go pick up your cloth and everything and go walk. And he did that. So I just wanted to share that because it was like right on time. Just like for me, like had I not did something very different, not the norm, like being a family woman and everything like that, had I not left my hometown, my whole comfort level and stuff like that, I would not have been able to see the ways in which God had other plans for me, how he planned on to continue to bless me in abundance and stuff like that. So it was like a very good message because it was relatable. It was something that, you know, was a part of my testimony and things like that. And it's like, I know for myself that when I'm unsure of things, when I don't know what to expect, sometimes we operate out of fear. But one thing I always remember and I always go back to is like my conversation with my dad, when my dad was like basically saying, either you're going to worry or you're going to pray. You can't do both. Hey, hi, Reese. And I always share that because that was such a life-changing statement for me. And I'm like, why am I worrying? Why? Like, even if I don't know what to do in this moment, in this space, when has God ever shown me that he was going to let me down? Like, when has he ever shown me that he didn't have my back? Hi, y'all. Happy Sunday. Hello. Hi, Ricardo. Hi, Garg. I hope I said that right. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that. Like sometimes we get in our way and we start operating off of fear. And we just sit up there and tell ourselves, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? Like one thing I could say is like, even when I had my last to my name, like last couple of dollars, like God made sure that my kids and I had something to eat. God made sure we had a roof over our heads. Hi, welcome y'all. Happy Sunday. He always provided. So the things that we are worried about, he's already taken care of. The things that he's already put the people in place that's going to help you. He's already put the situations, and sometimes we're just being tested to see if we remember how good and faithful God is and how he will continue to be. Like he keeps his promises. We might not, okay, some of y'all getting ready to get blocked. Yeah, because this is not it. How do I? Yeah, so I just wanted to share that and try to encourage someone. You might be in a tough time right now, but this is a season. Sometimes you have to go through things in order to get through some things. And me going through relocating, man, what are your thoughts for India? Is India going? Yeah, I'm not sure. I have not seen anything. For me, I know that the media, the news and all that, sometimes they have like their own agendas. So for my own mental peace, I don't watch the news. Like I might see like a little insert and stuff like that, like on social media, but I haven't seen anything. I hope all is well over in India. Hi, y'all. Thank you, PRBBEC. It says you're absolutely stunning. I appreciate that. Yeah, but I just wanted to encourage someone that everything is a season. Like, I don't know where y'all live. I don't know if y'all have all of the seasons as far as like the summer, the winter, spring, and fall. However, what I realize is it may not be as fast as like the leaves falling off the trees and stuff like that. But just remember how those leaves and trees look like once they fall down. It may not be as beautiful. It still has value. The seasons, there are still things and works that God is doing in those seasons, whether the trees have leaves or not. It's still planted in solid roots. So you just got to keep your faith and remember that you were created with a plan and purpose in mind. Hi, Enoch79. So that was like something that I wanted to come on here and share because I'm constantly reminded about God's faithfulness and how he will continue to show up. Let me get to some of y'all comments. Why would I have an OnlyFans? I do not know. I live in the United States. I'm glad to hear that, PRBB. Hi, home use. I am single. I am single, not looking, just single. And I say that humbly, respectfully. Yeah, but what are y'all getting into this Sunday? Do y'all have channels and pages and everything? If you haven't done so already, I create videos regarding faith and fitness, my family, health and wellness, and all of like that, vlogs and stuff. Okay, so let me see. My issue I deal with is that my faith tends to be less than a mustard seed sometimes, but I'm learning. And that's all you can do. Like, I'll be honest with you, Dan, the breaking news man, I was not raised in church. So me even following Jesus, God, was something that I did later on in my life. So you too, thank you. So it's never too late. Like me having daughters, my daughters are 15, 11, and 5. The things that I read about the Bible just helps me get through things and to also share things with them. So I feel like your first ministry is your family. And I always try to share with them. Sorry for the lighting, girl. I always try to share with them in ways that I see the Bible encouraging us, because sometimes we are hard on ourselves. We get defeated about different things. But if you go back to that word, what does it say? What does God tell us? Like, we are made in his own image. Like, there's no need for us. Like, there are certain things that we know to be true. Like, we know that there are certain things that are going to happen to all of us. We're all going to have our final days here or whatever. But there is still that afterlife. There is still that eternity that exists for us. So stay encouraged. And I hope that you realize that some of your good days still count and they still matter too. You might not always have them to hold on to, but when you do, just remember them. Oh, thank you, the real Joe Keaton. I appreciate that. Do you want to share anything about God with them?
No, I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
But I do get a slipper.
Ma'am, how can I speak English fluently? I'm from India. Hi, y'all. Oh, Taylor. Somebody said, oh, Taylor. Get down. You say hi?
Hi.
So as far as like speaking English fluently, I think there are like different apps. Like, English is the only language that I speak. So I think there are like different apps to like where you can ask for like translation and things. I would actually like to take on like another language. I think Duolingo.
Mommy.
Yeah, yep. Dan, the breaking news man, just showed I was doing Duolingo, like I think before I even had kids, and I was trying to like learn Spanish because like one of the things I want to get back to like starting next year is to start
I got toys in here.
back traveling. Remember my talk last week?
I don't remember nothing.
Okay, but we can't be interrupting, remember?
Sorry.
Yeah, so man, what is mood or results of which leader will become president US? To be honest with you, okay, so that's a good question. It says, what is your mood or results of which? Okay, so hold on. I'm sorry, because I get a little bit distracted. Duolingo, I would suggest trying that because it's very repetitive. It helps you out from what I remember. I probably will need to re-download it, but that's the only one to help learn another language that pops up in my mind. So as far as my mood or results for with the leader who will become the president, is a US or Biden. Biden's stepping down, so Kamala is running for president. And my mood and all of that around that is to stay focused, stay prayed up. I think that me raising daughters, it's even good to see such a male dominant field to be opening up a space to sit up there and tell my daughter, you can become this one day, even if she's not. I feel like for some reason, I just have this strong feeling that she will become president just because of the simple fact that, not because of the simple fact, but this is just my thought, that even when it comes to Biden, like nobody thought like a black man would be accepted as a president. So again, that's inspiring to young black boys. Like a lot of times we think to ourselves like, oh, they don't care about blacks. They don't care. That narrative we have to kind of shift and change. Because do we care about ourselves to be the difference that we want to see in other people? Do we care about ourselves enough to want to change and stop holding on to the rhetoric of separation or division, So that is like my narrative. I like the fact that now we're starting to see other people. And I don't think that race should matter. I don't think that gender should matter. I think that if you meet the credentials, like if you go on a job application and you're applying for a job to be a plumber and you have never done plumbing before, do you meet the credentials to be a plumber? If not, you may not, the odds of you getting that job may be very slim to none. However, if the company is desperate enough, if the company just needs somebody that they haven't gotten any applications for a while, let's just say that, they may be willing to train you because you are the only one that stepped up to do a job that needed to be done. So thank you. Thank you, ma'am. By listening to your English, I'm confident that I soon speak English fluently like a foreign people who are outside of India. Well, I hope that for you as well. Were you planning on coming to the United States? Yeah, so that's my thoughts. Like, I have like reservations when it comes to both of them, but I believe in Jesus Christ as far as like the president, and I feel like this time of the year, you really see a lot more spewed hate. You see a lot more division. And we got to remember that we're all in this country together. And I'm more so looking into not necessarily who's the popular one, but what are your politics? Like, what are your...
God?
Good. It says good.
Oh.
Is Kamala Harris a good person? I don't think I can answer that. Like, I don't think that I can answer that just from the standpoint of I don't know this person. I know that she's running for president, but how well do we know people?
What did that say?
I'm also a believer of Jesus, but I'm president. Got you. Okay. What are your thoughts? Y'all tell me what y'all think. Like, what are you? Normally, I always say that, like, my page is not to discuss politics and stuff like that, because I don't want to cause division. I know that that's not what it was created for, so forth and so on. So, what are y'all thoughts on that? being a president is not an entry-level job. And okay, you are 100% correct. And I don't think that I use an analogy to like prove my point or whatever. It's not an entry-level job. Excuse me. But we also got to remember too that it's a very serious job, and you need to be displaying certain things. So like I want to stay away from it because I'm an unbiased person, but like somebody that is maybe not so level-headed, somebody outside of the country could be like, okay, he may not be the best president because he goes off on a tangent. He's very hot-headed, like he's responding and reacting to everything, where as a president, if I were president, I wouldn't want to sit up there and play all my cards. I wouldn't want to like be making threats or, spewing hate towards anybody. Like I feel like when you're going for that role, you shouldn't be saying you hate anybody. Hi, your girl Layla. Happy Sunday. Hope you had a good weekend. Even if that's how you feel. And as a victim, like I was a victim of SA, certain things I just don't agree with, things that Trump has said. I don't agree with him mentioning like, oh, just grab them by, you know what. And some people might say, oh, well, that was like locker room behavior and all that. It's still inappropriate.
What did Dad say, Mama?
If you went to a restaurant and you sat down and had food and you overheard somebody in the restroom saying that they didn't wash their hand when they prepared it, are you more likely to sit up there and eat the food? No. In India, we see more politics, and our news channel say that many foreign people, when they are asked about PM Modi, they say that it's powerful leaders. Is this a reality? And no.
What did they say?
It's ghetto here. It's really ghetto here. Hold on a minute, y'all. Thank you. Yes, and I think like right, wrong, or indifferent, I think that little girls, little boys, I remember just being in school. I'm 39. I'll be 40 in December. I just remember being in school, being told to go after your dreams, like dream big, so forth and so on. So with that being said, just seeing something that we have never seen before. We have never had a woman president. We have never had a black woman president, or, a woman of color. I don't care if she was Asian, Mexican. I would not care. Like the fact that we are now seeing a woman, even her as vice president, is like another thing to tell my kids, don't sell yourself short. You could be. Okay, breaking the mute. I might be missing something. Trump has been given his chance. Kamala has come to the right time to let a woman with her education and career to show what she has. I agree with that, Dana Man. And let me tell you this too. I am reading this book in my Bible study class called Kingdom Women. And it's by Tony Evans and one of his daughters. I can't think of the name right now. But it was just talking about like in the beginning how man and woman was created. And sorry to get like spiritual on this or whatever, but there's no man without a support of a woman, vice versa. You get what I'm saying? I know like back in the day, people had their views and opinions as far as like women being in leadership. And with it being 2024, my whole thought process around that has changed and shifted. Why? Because back in the day, women were not allowed to be educated. We were not allowed to learn. We were not allowed to work. We've come so far. And now as a black woman, I'm trying not to get emotional on here, but now as a black woman, to even know that we are some of the most highest paid people, you get what I'm saying? Like that's like a sense of gratification there. We need to learn from Martin Luther King, where he said, judge a person by their content of the... Amen. Amen. Why don't you read books that is apparent to your race? Okay, so some man, your receipts. So I'm getting the impression, and I could be wrong, that you are a troll. meaning that you like to just say things repeatedly to get attention, meaning that I just said that I'm reading a book. So to sum me up with the in the category of other people, I know plenty of black people that read books. So what are you saying? Okay, let me, ma'am, have you ever traveled to Israel to see Jesus temple? I have not. I would love to do that. We definitely love Israel and see it as being the Holy Land. It's written. He wants to irritate you, Adam Young. Absolutely, and I'm okay with having debates and back and forth. I'm okay with that, but I'm not here for the negativity, the trolling to be summed up in one category, so forth and so on. We don't do that over here. Everybody has a free space, access to speak their opinion and stuff like that. We just gotta do it in a way that is respectful for everybody else. Oh, Layla. Yeah. And I just grew up with having oh, thank you. And leave me a message so that I know, because I know sometimes people have different names, so that when people reach out, I don't always know who it is. How is it true? Is it true, or is that your opinion? Okay. Or are you saying it's true that you're a troll? Is that true? What's true? Yeah, and where have you ever seen that black people don't read? That's an ignorant statement. I have a dream to come to the USA and someday to find the difference between India and USA. Okay, so being as though I am being as though that I live in the United States, I will have some colleagues that live in India and everything. Is it just like one of those things to, and please take this in the most respectful way, is it like one of those things to like wear it's on your bucket list? Like one of my things on my bucket list is to travel the world, like everywhere. But what do you think, like what are some things that you love about your country? I just said what a troll is. So black people might not read, but you don't listen. Some men. Stay focused on your topic. Don't focus on the negativity. Like, I'm getting lost. Sorry, Gary Jones. I didn't have a topic. We were talking, and somebody asked me like what my thoughts was based off of the space with Trump and Kamala. And I said that it's, well, what I was trying to get to, it's very inspiring, the fact that we live in a day and an age going back to like history where women of any color, any race was not even allowed to have like an education, to now being able to be a vice president, being able to be anything that she wants, anything that a boy wants. And, you know, so it's, as a mom, as a black woman, as someone that is living in my prayed dreams, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to be raising daughters that I can sit up there and say, don't sell yourself short. Don't look at the 1% that don't think that you can do this. You can be this. So that's my rhetoric when it comes to that. I think that her being vice president, her getting endorsements, let's just give pros and cons of both. Like, if we want to take it there, we want to stay on that topic. Pros and cons of both. Like, she was voted as vice president. You know, she has history. She was endorsed by a lot of people. A lot of people that once endorsed Trump have now gone to the side of endorsing her. She is a woman, so having women rights and things like that is something that matters. I see a lot of people talking about like the state in which our economy is in. I feel like if you go back and look at history, $50,000 now is nowhere near what it was then. But everything that I see people having an ick about, like not liking with the state of our government, is something that has gone on and on from the time of history. Like, interest rates always go up and down around the time of election. Like, I think that we got to be more rational and stop thinking from the stance of, oh, well, she black, so we got to vote for her. No, like, that's causing division. We already have people that go around and say men versus women. What happened to us like binding and needing one another? You know what I mean? So that's why I subscribe to you, because you're always like get something to talk about, not just hi. Thank you, late. I love you, girl. I thought that black was an adjective part of the speech. No. Thank you for doing good. Keep going, girl. The purpose to life is to love one another. Absolutely. Everything would be a whole lot better. And that's where I'm at. Like I said, so many people come to my page and they're like, and I'm coming from a place of gratitude. Like so many people come to my page and they're coming from all over. I've had people from Pakistan, Israel, Muslim, Christian, atheists, like all types of things. And I feel like you have to be the example of love. In order to get love, you got to give love. All I ask is that, you're respectful. Some people, I asked earlier, like, is anybody on here actual content creators on YouTube? Do you actually create content? Because I like to see other people things. Some people just have like a name and account to be able to watch or like listen and stuff like that. But I like to hear, ma'am, a truth is that, but I don't take serious. But many pure Christians, born people, just ignore the Jesus, give more importance to Mother Teresa. That's why Jesus said that too. And I've heard some things about that. I don't really have like a narrative because I don't like to speak like when it comes to like Mother Teresa. But just like, I feel like whatever's done in dark always comes to light. And even when it comes to like Christopher Columbus, like we grew up having days out of school and stuff just to only find out that that was a narrative that people wanted to push, to have him glorified. How I really think that it boils down to a person's character. Like Jesus' character is amazing. Like the fact that you go around and love people without anything, like so many of us have gotten into a condition of loving with conditions. Oh, I'm going to love you, but only if you do X, Y, and Z. I'm going to love you as far as I can use you. No, you're supposed to love everybody without conditions.
I love you.
Tell her. Go ahead.
Come on, doggy. Look at him.
Where is your dog?
Right here.
Let me see.
He's a puppy.
Thank you, Gary Jones. She's imagining that her slipper is a puppy.
It's a puppy.
You could believe whatever you want to believe, okay? Jesus makes appearances in a lot of religious
Wait, where's my kitty?
Amen. And if you think about it, like I'm not here to,
Yum, yum, yum,
tell people that they can't, or that's not me. I was raised and taught to love everybody. Tell her, can you give me a minute? Go ahead upstairs, please.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I don't know where my kitty is.
Okay, well, I don't know either. He tells us to love everybody, love one another, love your neighbors, and for people that are mean to us, to pray for them. Like he never wanted all of these things going on, but in the Bible, all of these things that are going on are things that we have already been prepared for, things that he's already said. Everything that was in the Bible, we might not know the exact date and time, because with God, there's no sense of time or anything like that, but everything has already been written. And that's why I say, you got to stay in your word, because everything is already there, telling you how to navigate through it, how to get through it. Now, I do know that there are certain countries that are not allowed to even know his name, even mention his name. And it just brings you to wonder why. Why? Like that right there is a sign of how good God is, that other people don't even want you to mention him, don't even want to have you praise him. And you don't hear that about any other nationalities. Where is Rico? I haven't seen Rico. I've only been on here for 29 minutes. I don't know. Write your topic down. Stay on that. Stop breathing in the comments. Okay, so Gary, I appreciate you. However, I like to talk to my community. I like to talk to the people that have joined my page. Talk to you. I appreciate that. And these are all things that I take a mental note of. But if you've been here before, I like to engage with y'all. I like to hear y'all perspective, see how y'all are going, how y'all are doing. If I could pour some encouragement or receive some encouragement from y'all, then that's what I like to do. As I mentioned before, I did not have a topic at hand. I'm glad that you're into it. So are we still talking about the election? Okay, so I didn't finish the part. Thank you for holding me accountable, because I like having accountability. But I will say, like, as far as Trump, he does have experience. He knows what to expect being in the White House. The only things that I don't like about him is how he is very impulsive. I don't feel like he appeals to everybody in the United States. I feel like he appeals to either the rich, or you never hear him talk about unity and uniting everybody, other than to get everybody's vote. So those are things that I don't necessarily like. Adam, thank you. You have an amazing day as well. Hope you have a great week. I don't know where y'all are,
Mommy, I got kitty and
but we
puppy.
are approaching fall.
I got kitty and puppy, look.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Trump and Mahdi friendship is best, and Putin and Mahdi friendship is also best. My name is Geton. I am in the United States. I'm sorry, I had a brain fart. Yeah, and see, to me, like, when it comes down to having friendships, you should love and have friendships with everybody. You having friendships with people that may not like our country, is that enough to protect our country? And this is a question that I'm asking. You being friends with other people, is that enough to sit up there and protect other people? I have friends, not saying that I'm the president or anything like that, but the name of my country is the United States. I have friends, and I have friends that don't necessarily know other people that I interact with. Does that mean that they're going to try to cause division and stuff like that? No. People are allowed to be friends with whoever. Thank you, your girl Layla, for still being here. I'm probably going to have to get off of here soon because, as you heard, my daughter came around twice now. So I definitely want to utilize my Sunday for family time as well. How was your weekend? And let me just say, because I always save all of my videos, I'm glad that this is, for the most part, going in a positive direction, because the reason why a lot of things go bad or have that division is because a lot of people are so passionate, which is nothing wrong with, but I just don't want to have that division caused on my page. Thank you, JR the boss. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yes. So I am going to go ahead and end the live here. I hope that you guys have a great upcoming week. Again, I just wanted to really start off the video by giving some words of encouragement and positivity, and leave with the message. I know, Layla, I just want to leave like the message with, just remember that the season that you are in life right now is the season. It will change. We don't light a candle under the Jesus photo. We don't pray under the statue. We just pray by talking with him. Same. I do the same thing. I talk to Jesus like I talk to y'all. Like, sometimes I just get up and I just say thank you. I don't always have the same conversations with God that I have with other people. Sometimes I just feel that sense of gratitude. Like, when I see people come on my live and say, they're dealing with certain things, it's just like, God, please pray for this person. I pray for all of y'all on this live. Yeah, so like I was saying, it's just a season. Tough times do not last long, but tough people do. And just know where your strength comes from in order to tap into that strength. Layla, I will be back on here. I'm trying to come up with like a time to where I could really commit to y'all. I said on the last live that I want to put like a schedule up as far as like when I want to go live or when I'm able to go live, as well as ask y'all for like y'all topics and conversations that y'all would like to have with me. I have not done so yet. We got literally a couple days left of volleyball. My daughter, my middle daughter, she plays volleyball. So that's all new to us. So just acclimating and getting used to that schedule is something new. But you guys are about to start getting more videos because that season is almost up, as well as we just love all things fall. Like we're about to start doing a lot of fall festivals and getting out and all that other stuff. So yeah. Ma'am, try to come live daily, please. I would love to do that. And at one point in time, I was coming live on a daily basis. But I am a mom as well. So a lot of times, like I got to clean up my countertop, put this stuff away. We went to church earlier today. So I still have to do different things. And if I come live every day, the only other thing is it may not be at the same time. It will be at different times. My kids leave to go to school early in the morning. So I have that freedom. Whereas you guys might not be available to come and chat with me because y'all might be in y'all day-to-day lives, sleep or whatever. But I'm going to try. I will try. There are some restraints. Yeah, but I appreciate talking to y'all. And another thing that I want to start doing too is to my community board, I want to start shouting y'all out, for coming over here to my lives. Like it doesn't go unnoticed. Like when I reached 1,000 subscribers, you guys reached 1,000 subscribers with me, because I didn't do that alone. Like there was a reason that whoever clicked and decided to subscribe to my page. So I want to start showing my appreciation and my love for y'all on a weekly basis. Even if I don't go live, even on a daily basis, whoever I remember, it might be 5 names, it might be 1 name, you never know. But I just want to start highlighting y'all for being a part of that. So that's what I think your girl Layla, you and I can't think of the name right now, were saying something about having mods. If and when I do assign mods, if you're like one of them, I just use you as an example. If you can just start taking notes of who has come back, who has interacted with us, who has chimed in on our lives, because I would definitely love to shout those people out and just say thank you. Yeah, but thank you to Jesus that I find one more believer of him. Yes, I love that. I love that. I love that. And I will always give him all the glory and praise. Thank you guys for joining my live today. I hope you have a great week ahead, and I pray that you all stay prayed up. Love y'all. Okay, thank you, Layla. Have a good week, my girl.